Doctor, I want to start with you because, ovaries are in this is something that I read. Ovaries are the only organ in the human body that we all just accept is going to one day fail, and that you're going to then live for decades more with this useless organ in your body, and it has profound impact.
Absolutely. And it's really interesting that as a society, we associate menopause with the function of the ovaries. But I think that's only half of what menopause really is, because we have lost sight of the systemic impact the menopause can have on a woman's body and on her brain. So when women say they're having hot flashes, night sweats, insomnia, anxiety, depression, brain fog, the memory lapses, those symptoms have nothing to do with the ovaries. Those are neurological symptoms that come from the ways that menopause impacts the brain.
They're neurological symptoms in the brain, caused by the brain, but it all was triggered and set off by the ovaries shutting down.
Yes, there is a very clear feedback loop that connects the brain to the ovaries that we're born with. It's called the neuroendocrine system, that is dramatically changing as women go through menopause. So the ovaries actually have a strong impact on the health of the brain and the other way around.
And what is the impact, if you can sum it up in sort of non-doctor speak? How does going through menopause affect women?
What we have learned is that menopause is actually a renovation project on the brain. It is a neurologically active state that is associated with changes in brain energy levels, with changes in connectivity, with changes in gray matter volume, with changes in blood flow, with changes in neuroimmunity. So there are so many changes that are happening inside the brain in response to the loss of ovarian hormones that are being produced.
So Tamsin, I got to be honest, I was just talking with the doctor during the commercial break, and part of me was sort of afraid that, oh, great, we're just going to feed into this whole, trope that menopausal women are doddering, moody, brain foggy people. And yet at the same time, it's affirmation to all these women that they're not imagining it.
That's what it's all about, because we did think that for a long time, and many women still feel like that. They feel like it's in their head. They feel like there's something wrong with them. And I think that, what this message has been all about, and Elizabeth, you've been so amazing about it, is just really raising the awareness so women do not feel like it's all in their head. They understand there's actually something going on, and then they can ask the right questions. And then you've got research, like we're talking about with Dr. Mosconi, that backs that up. So you can go to the doctor's office and stand up and advocate for yourself instead of hiding and shame and it's a taboo or a stigma, because I think that's where the real problem lies.
When you talk about brain fog, this was a symptom that you have said, you were on my show a few months ago talking about this. This is a real thing. When brain fog sounds so benign, it just sounds like, oh, I just had a little trouble remembering something. It's not. Describe what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways it comes about. But, what I had was a problem reading the teleprompter. For almost 30 years, I would go into work. I would look at the words in front of me and be able to read them.
Tamsin was a huge star in New York City and local television, anchoring the local news. Continue.
Yeah, so I was anchoring the news, and I would read the teleprompter at night, and I would look at it, and it came on a time when I was going through perimenopause, menopause, unbeknownst to me, and I would look at a word, I would recognize it, and it wouldn't come out of my mouth, and it really took a hit on my confidence. It really had a tough time, and I really felt like I was struggling, grappling for words, having a hard time focus. So that was how my brain fog manifested in me, and really made me scared that something else was going on, something more serious.
Yeah. So these brain scans are helpful to you because, first of all, this isn't even your area of expertise. You are an Alzheimer's expert. You specialize in Alzheimer's prevention for women. And what you found through your research is that menopause actually increases a risk of Alzheimer's in women. What can we do? Are you developing or looking into medications or treatments for women who have entered menopause to help protect their brains and their risk for Alzheimer's?
Absolutely, yes. So I consider myself a women's brain specialist at this point because, like you said, I started with Alzheimer's prevention, and there was a research that really revealed to us the importance and the impact of menopause and brain health and the risk of Alzheimer's disease for some women. So now we're really heavily invested in finding solutions which span from hormone replacement therapy to non-hormonal medications to perhaps Alzheimer's drugs and a lot of different interventions, including lifestyle modifications and medical checkups.
Yeah.